Hello everyone, welcome to our easy crochet top, which is a one-piece rectangle, very easy top if you're a beginner to making tops or clothing. And we're going to demonstrate today just part one, which is the crop top version. And stay tuned over the next couple of weeks. We are going to show you many different versions of this shirt. Today we're going to start off with some simple supplies. I'm using a 5.5 hook, and for the crop top version I am using two bundles of the yarn, and it's a size 3, and it is doing the middle box here of our pattern. So that includes all the trim I've done in a size medium with 2 bundles of yarn. And that is giving me, again, a 50 centimeter wide crop top, which is a great summer piece, light and airy, or perfect also for layering. And so again, the pattern is free on Ravelry, but we're going to chain line B, which is our length of our piece. And so for the size medium I'm going to demonstrate today, we are going to chain 128 to again begin our rectangle for the crop top version. And because on row 1 I'm going to start my double chain into the 3rd stitch, that is going to end up that I should have 125 stitches as I go through. And as you double crochet into your chains, it does stretch the chain out. So this is giving me an 83 centimeter long or 33 inch chain. And so again, if you want a slightly longer crop top, you can adjust how many chains you're beginning with. Beginners will love this piece because we're going to create sort of just a nice striped vertical effect on the pattern, and that is super easy. It's the easiest stitch for beginners that we're demoing today, which is just to continue to double crochet but in the back loop only to get that nice sort of ribbing stripe effect. So very easy stitch, doesn't mean that you have to make any changes. It's the same stitch you are going to do for the entire piece. And if you're a beginner again to crochet and you're worried a little bit about having a nice edge along the bottom of the crop top, you can double crochet into both loops for the last stitch in your row. It just gives you a really sort of clean edge on your hem, if that is helpful. So continue to double crochet back loop only in the rows following the pattern. Again, you're making one long rectangle, very easy. And we're going to pause when we get to the middle of our shirt. So on a medium, I'm going to crochet 24 rows. And then in the 25th row, I need to make the opening that becomes our neckline. So you can see here, I've got 25 inches is in the middle of my 50 centimeter shirt. Sorry, 25 centimeters is in the middle of my 50 centimeter shirt. And it's got a lovely, again, ribbed effect with that back loop only crochet. And I just need to put some markers in. So we want to measure here for where we are going to put our piece. So I'm starting on the back to figure out how many stitches do I have to double crochet back loop only. Then there'll be the opening. And then on the front, I'll join and redo the back loop only double crochet in order to create the front part of the shirt as well. So I've centered this, again, the easiest possible version. I'll show you other versions as we proceed to center the V-neck. Sorry, so you have the same V at the front and the same V at the back. Just makes it super easy for beginners. And then we'll continue to crochet the rows as we go. So for a medium, we are going to double crochet back loop only, 29 stitches, and then we're going to chain 67 stitches to get a 46 centimeter opening for our neckline. And that's the same neckline size that we're using regardless of the size of the pattern and the width of the shirt or the length of the shirt. So begin by, again, we're going to double crochet back loop only as we have been doing for all of the rows. For a size small, you're going to do 26 double crochet back loop only. Medium I'm showing here is going to be 29, and then the large is going to do 31. So we just start at the beginning of the row as we have been, and double crochet back loop only until you get to the marker where you marked the beginning of the neckline chain that we are going to create. And at that point, you can actually just chain the same way we did at the beginning. You're just going to chain 67 stitches. So again, for medium, 29, 67, 29 is giving me my 125 stitches for the row. So that means I'm skipping 67 stitches. And when we come back in row 26, we are just going to double crochet back loop all the way across. So including the stitches at the beginning and the end, and in every single one of those 67 that we are going to chain. And that's leaving you this, again, slit opening in the middle of your rectangle in order to make a V neckline. So the neckline opening, again, is a little larger, just to err on the side of caution. You can adjust it, make it slightly smaller, but I will point out here, do not panic, because if you change your mind at the end, you can simply just slip stitch that closed if you think that it's a little too deep. So very easy. If you change your mind at the end, do not panic. You do not have to take out any rows in order to do a quick fix on your neckline. So here we have our chain, we have our opening for the neckline. Again, I'm going to do a quick fit check here. Make sure that, especially if you've done any shortening or lengthening, you can get your head through the opening piece as we continue. And you can also do a quick check here just to see how deep do you like your armholes. Again, I'll show those measurements, but you can do a quick check and fit here too as you slip this over your head. So we continue in row 26 for medium, double crochet back loop only, all the way into each of the chains, and then continue your rows until you get to the perfect width for, again, a medium is 50 centimeters. Then we simply fold that in half, so I'm putting the right sides together here. And this is what creates our t-shirt. So you can now see we have a great crop top, the vertical stripes, and now we just have to look at, again, double checking how deep do we want the armholes. You can easily adjust these. So again, a 7-inch is a typical armhole for a small, or 17 centimeters. I do recommend 19 is sort of the approximate size for mediums, and 20 to 21 for a large. But if you think you're going to be layering this piece and you want to make it slightly larger to get a shirt underneath, easy to adapt. We're measuring from the shoulder down, and we're just going to put markers where we want our armhole opening to end so that you can join the piece together and leave the armhole open, and just do a very simple mattress stitch to close the stitches from the armhole down to the bottom hem of your crop top. So I recommend not finishing off the bottom of the crop top because I think it looks nice just with the rib stitch the way it is. If you have lots of yarn with the 2 balls that I have, I finish off that armhole opening with a simple slip stitch just to, again, give it that little bit of a polished look. But if you, for some reason, ran out of arm, I would say skip the armholes and just make sure that you have enough yarn left to do some trim on the neckline to, again, just make it look really great. So measure your armholes, again, however deep you would like those to be to give you a bigger or shorter armhole opening. Mattress stitch down the sides to join your piece. That gives you your shirt. And you can, again, now just look at how do we finish off the neckline to finish the crop top version of this pattern. So I've got a couple of different versions as you think about necklines. For beginners, the simplest option is just do 5 rows of slip stitches around the neckline to give you a lovely finished piece. And again, that does slightly shorten the opening. So as we're testing for fit, we can check that. And again, you can just do a couple of slip stitches if you think the opening was too deep to adjust it. And I've given in the pattern some other options for finishing off the neckline. And I look forward to showing you over the next couple of weeks lots of different options for this very simple pattern. Thanks for watching.